This question says to estimate the median for grouped data with intervals. Let's take a look at the data set. Here it is, height in terms of intervals, and you have the frequency. Okay, so let's take a look at the assistance that is provided. Some steps were given. It says to first, in order to estimate the median for grouped data with intervals, you have to find the total frequency. So if you are following actively with this example, in your assignment question, find the total of the frequency. Can anybody share with us what total frequency that you have gotten if you are actually doing the assignment question itself? Anybody? What frequency you have gotten? 80. So someone said that they have gotten 80. They actually using the assignment questions to participate in the class session, and they got 80. So please verify they got 80. In my example, I have 8 plus 20, that is 28. 28 and 10 is 38. 38 and 2 is 40. 40 and 30 is 70. So therefore now I'm getting 70, whilst you all, according to what your classmates say, you're supposed to get 80, but I'm getting 70. And this total frequency is the N. All right, so please take note of that. The first step to find the median when you have a table of intervals with frequency is to find the total frequency, which will constitute the N. Yes? Now the next step now, yes. What is the total frequency? How much? 79. Someone said they got 79. Someone said they get 79, while someone said they get 80. So please verify that. Okay. Now the median location now is half. Yes. So we will talk about that after. Okay. So let's continue. Now the median now is half of N. Okay. So what I'm getting is half of 70. So I'm going to find what is half of 70. Okay. Or what you can do, if you are using the assignment, you can delete this, because what this is using is math type. You can go to insert and you can go to equations. All right. And you can type location of the median, which is Q2. The symbol for median is Q2. The second quartile is a half times N, because for the table of frequency with intervals, you are allowed to drop the +1. Okay, just like the cumulative frequency, you are allowed to drop the +1. Okay, if you put the +1, it's okay, but you are allowed to drop the +1. Okay, so we're looking for the, in my case, we're looking for the 35th value. Okay, a half times 70. Okay, so we're looking for the 35th value. All right. Now, the third step you need to do now is to see where the 35th value is located. So you have to go to the data now. All right. If you can recall in the STEM and if we have to go and counting and looking for, okay. But what we've got now is a table. So it says, as seen in the table below, another column called cumulative frequency is created. So we don't have a stem and leaf. We don't have a cumulative frequency graph. We don't have a list of raw values. We have a table grouped in intervals. So you create another column called cumulative frequency, because the cumulative frequency is synonymous to location. Please take note of that. I think we mentioned that in the cumulative frequency graph. Okay, cumulative frequency is the same as location. So since as this is saying 8 between 5 to 15, here on the cumulative frequency, we will have if. Okay, if. All right. So we just carry the it across, and it's now if. If meaning that's the last location in that interval. Okay, so for the cumulative frequency is the last location. If you want to go and put a little LAS by it, LAST, the last location, all right, in that interval, just to be specific. Okay, it's not just location, it's the last location in that interval. What do I mean by that? If you notice that this interval has 8 locations, there are 8 values within that location. Some of them could be 10s, you have 7s, you have 12s, between 5 and 15, 8 of them. So if you have to order them, you'll have the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the 8th. Okay, 8 in that location. That 8th now means the last location is in that interval, which is the 8th. The 9th height, where the 9th height would be, it would be in this interval. The 9th height would be in this interval. So you carry the 8 and you add it to the 20, and that will give you 28th. So the last location in that interval there is 28th, because you have the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, right up to the 28th. You understand? In that interval. All right, the first 8 and the second 20, or the first 28th. Okay, so the last location in that interval is 28th. Now we are looking for the 35th, so we have to continue accumulating. The 29th is in that interval, 30 to 45. The 29, the 30, the 31st, and so forth. So what you do now, you carry the 28 and you add it to the 30, and this will give us 58th. So the 58th is the last location in this interval. This interval is starting from the 29th. The locations in that interval is the 29th to the 58th. Obviously, the 35th is in that interval, so therefore you stop. As soon as you surpass your location, you stop. There is no need to continue locating because you have surpassed the location. We're looking for the 45th location, and the 45th location is in that interval. Okay, so we stop. All right. So now the next step now is to go to the formula. As it says, the frequency was cumulated. We stopped in the interval. Because the interval you stopped in, that would be the median interval. We stopped in this interval, 30 to 45. So 30 to 45 is the median interval. Just to specify in the median interval, meaning that's where the median is located. 30 to 45. Okay. So therefore now to apply the formula. This is the formula. The formula is in the list of formula. Actually, it is the first one. Remember, we are going to use all these formulas in this list. Okay. You are not really mandated to memorize them. You are not required to memorize, but to familiarize. This first formula is the median for distribution of intervals. Here it is. Okay, so this is the formula to estimate the median when you have an interval distribution. Okay. Right. So therefore now to apply this formula, we need the lower boundary of the median interval. The lower boundary of the median interval is 30. Okay. We need the location. Our location, we calculate it to be 35. The previous cumulative frequency, that's why it's important to stop, because you need the previous cumulative frequency, the cumulative frequency just before you stop. All right, you will need that value, okay, which is 28 in that case. Okay, that's why it's very important to stop. 28. We also need the frequency of the median interval. The frequency of the median interval is 30. Again, that's why it's important to stop. As soon as you locate the median interval, you stop. We stopped because our location was 35 and we're on the 58th position already. So 30 is the frequency of the median interval, and the group width now is the upper boundary minus the lower boundary. Okay, the group width is equal to the upper boundary minus the lower boundary of the median interval. Upper boundary, all right, minus the lower boundary, which is 45 take away 30. 45 take away 30, and we're looking at 15. Okay, and then we substitute into the formula to get the median itself. Okay, so therefore we go back to insert, we go to equation, the median, or we can just say Q2, that's the symbol for median, is equal to, and here's the formula, here it is. Here it is. Okay, Q2 is equal to the lower boundary, which is 30. Okay. All right. Plus open bracket, close bracket. Okay. So we're applying the formula to locate. Then in that bracket, we have a fraction. Okay. So we're looking at the location, which is 35. Here it is. We make a list of the values we need. Subtract the previous cumulative frequency, which is 28, divided by the frequency of the median interval, which is 30, times the group width, and we found the group width to be 15. Okay, so this is the formula to estimate the median interval. Okay, what we can do, we can put this in your calculator and estimate what you get. You can share your answers. There's another group chat who is doing that very actively. Okay, you can share what you get. Where you want me to stop? Yes, where to stop? Okay. All right, so we're going to estimate the median according to the values I have. And we're supposed to get a number between 30 and 45, 33.5. Okay. And you can see the number close to 30 because our location is 35 and our previous cumulative position is 28. 35 is not so far from 28. All right. The 29th is, you know, a 41. So it's a little close to 30, you know, which is about 43.5. So a fairly, you know, reliable estimate for the okay, so the median is approximately 33.5 centimeters. Okay, therefore 50% of the heights are below and above 33.5 centimeters, because the median is right in the middle of the data values. Okay,